This is the chapter number 1 of your textbook, and till date we have discussed what is the importance of food, what are nutrients, then autotrophs, heterotrophs. What are autotrophs? Autotrophs are green plants. They can produce their own food. That's why they are also known as producers. Heterotrophs are the consumers. As they cannot prepare their own food, they depend on others for their food. Now, nextly, we discussed how do green plants prepare their own food. They prepare their food by the process of photosynthesis. In short, I will tell what photosynthesis is. Photosynthesis is the process by which green plants means plants that contain chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is the green pigment present in the cells of plants, okay, leaves of plants. This chlorophyll traps the sunlight. So process of making of food in presence of sunlight and chlorophyll by plants by taking in carbon dioxide from air and water from soil. Okay. In presence of sunlight and chlorophyll, carbon dioxide and water reacts to form glucose and oxygen. Okay. Glucose is utilized by the plant body for certain purposes like growth and for getting energy, while oxygen is released out in the atmosphere. Right? Glucose formed in photosynthesis is utilized by plants for growth and for getting energy. But all of the glucose is not consumed by the plants. The extra food is stored by the plants in the form of starch in certain parts of the plants. These parts are leaves, roots, stems, flowers, fruits, etc. And these parts are edible. We can eat this part. Okay. Now this becomes the sources of food. We get food from plants. Source of food means where do we get food from? Okay, we get primarily food from plants and animals. And plants parts that provide us food are leaves, stem, roots, etc. And I have given you certain examples also. You can find out your own examples too. Now, nextly, we discovered the variety of food in India. Different parts of India grow different crops. Different crops are grown in different parts of India. And variety, the cooking style differs from person to person and place to place. Food culture is different. That adds a variety to the food in India. Nextly, we discussed what was the next topic? Animal products and ingredients. Okay, before animal products, we have discussed what are the ingredients of the food. Ingredients, what do you mean by ingredients? Ingredients are the raw materials required to prepare or cook a food. Okay, these ingredients we primarily get from some sources. These sources are plants and animals. Plant sources, we have already discussed plant parts that we get food from. Then animal sources are animal products. Okay, and different animal products that we get from animals are eggs, meat, milk, honey, etc. Okay, these are, we have discussed all these topics in our previous classes. Now we'll move ahead to our next topic. This too we have started the discussion with the food habits of animals. Now, different animals have different food habits. On the basis of their food habits, animals are classified into herbivores, carnivores, omnivores, scavengers, decomposers, and parasites. Okay, herbivores, carnivores, omnivores, scavengers, decomposers, and parasites. Okay, now let me find out how many of you can recall yesterday's class. Okay, so what are herbivores? I want short answers and quick answers. Okay, short and quick answers with examples. Fine. Yes, Archie has raised her hand. Yes, Archie. What are herbivores?
The animals who eat only plants.
Examples.
Examples: cow.
Yes. Okay. Neil. Carnivores.
Ma'am, the animals who eat flesh of other animals are called carnivores.
Examples.
Ma'am, lion.
Yes. Soumya. Omnivores.
Animals that eat plants and animals both.
Yes. Examples.
For example, dog.
Yeah. Plant protects and animals both. And okay. And what about we human beings? Are we carnivores?
No, we are omnivores.
Okay, fine. Adya. Who are scavengers? You are not at all clear, Adya. Yes. Speak now. Yes, Adya. Animals? Yes. Animals that eat flesh of dead animals. Example. Okay, vulture. Anay. Decomposers. Yesterday, we just missed this topic. Who are decomposers?
I know parasites.
Okay, you don't know decomposers. What are decomposers? Anay?
I don't know.
Okay. Panchraj. Do you know what decomposers are?
No, ma'am.
Come on. Then what are parasites?
Animals who take shelter of other animals.
Only shelter?
And ma'am, you
Food and shelter. And primarily the food. Okay? Okay, their basic requirement is food. Yes. Examples of some parasites. Yes. Bihan. Do you know what decomposers are?
ma'am, the animals who
Yes.
eat the remains of the animals who are killed by carnivores.
They are scavengers. Okay? They are scavengers. Scavengers eat the remains also and they feed on the flesh of dead animals. There is a little difference between decomposers and scavengers. Decomposers.
Ma'am, I can give
examples. Yes.
I can give the example.
Yeah, give examples.
Ma'am, fox, hyenas.
No, these are scavengers. They are not decomposers. Decomposers, see the name. Decomposer. They decompose. Yes, Path Haryani. Do you know what decomposers are?
Ma'am, no, but ma'am, I can give the example.
Yeah, say the examples of decomposers.
Ma'am, roundworm example.
Roundworm is a parasite that lives in the body of animals. Okay, it is not a decomposer. Now, decompose. Can anyone give me the meaning of decompose? You are already familiar with this word, decomposed. That can be decomposed and that cannot be decomposed. Yes. In biodegradable and non-biodegradable waste last year. Yes. Sahin. What are decomposers?
Ma'am, decomposers are the living organisms which help in the decomposing of the dead animals.
Yes, that is the point. They decompose the dead animals. They don't eat them. Decompose means they first break them down into simpler compounds and make a soluble substance out of it, then feed on it. Decompose. Okay, decompose means they break down into very simple substances and then mix it with the soil then. Okay. Yes. Next. Rihan. Aradhya. Examples
Yes, ma'am.
of decompose.
Ma'am, ringworm.
No, ringworm is a parasite. Ringworm is not a decompose. There are certain worms that are decomposers. Yes.
Ma'am, flies.
No. Decomposers are generally, I'll come to this point. Let me ask someone who can give me the answer of decomposers. Yes. Siddham.
Ma'am, fungi, bacteria.
Yes. Fungus and bacteria are the examples of decomposers. Decomposers are generally microorganisms. Okay? They are generally
Yes.
microorganisms. Fungus and bacteria, they grow on dead and decayed plants and animals and they decompose them. And now what decompose means, they just break down their body into simpler substances and mix it with the soil or make it a solution so that they can absorb it. Okay? Okay. Fine. Now we'll move ahead. We'll move ahead. We'll discuss in detail first the herbivores. Yes. Aradhya. Read the
Yes,
definition
ma'am.
of herbivores from here.
Animals that eat only plants and plants producer are herbivorous or herbivorous animals.
Now see here. Herbivores or herbivorous animals. If you are saying herbivores, that itself means they are animals. Okay? Or herbivorous animals. Okay? They are two different terms. Herbivores and herbivorous animals, but they are same. Okay? If you are adding animals to it, you should write herbivorous animals or simply herbivores. Okay? Now they have a special adaptation so that they can feed on plants. Okay? What is it? Yes. Alas. Mamathi. Hello?
Hello.
Can you hear me? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, bacha. Read the second sentence. Herbivores.
They have sharp cutting teeth in front and flat grinding teeth at the back.
Okay. How does it help them in eating? See, herbivores mainly feed on plants and plant products. So for cutting the plant trunks and plants, they have sharp cutting teeth in front and strong grinding teeth at the back so that they can chew or grind the plant and plant products. Okay, this adaptation you should know. Okay, clear? Now some examples of herbivores are cow, goat, deer, horse, etc. Fine. Next is carnivores. Yes. Ronit, read out. Ronit, are you there? Yes. Yes, Herman. Herman, read the definition of carnivores from here. Herman, are you there? Yes. Speak up.
Animals that eat only the flesh of other animals are called carnivorous or
See,
carnivorous animals.
carnivores or carnivorous animals. Okay, what you'll say? Say it again.
Animals, carnivores and carnivorous.
Carnivores or carnivorous animals. If you are writing carnivorous, you should write animals with it, or simply carnivores will do. Okay, clear? Now, what type of teeth they have?
They have long, sharp canines to
Canines.
tear the
Canines
flesh.
to tear the flesh. Do you know where your canines are? These pointed teeth. Okay, pointed teeth in your upper and lower jaw. They are canines. Okay, they have long, sharp canines to tear the flesh. As they eat the flesh, their teeth are adapted in such a way that they can tear the flesh. Examples of carnivores are lion, tiger, wolf, eagle, etc. Okay. Shreya Nagori. Yes. Yes. Yes, Shreya Nagori.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. What is your name?
Ma'am, sure.
Shaurya. Okay. Shaurya. Fine. New admission?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Read omnivores. What are omnivores?
That eat both plants and flesh of other animals are called omnivorous or
Again. Again, read it again.
animals that eat both plants and flesh of other animals are called omnivores or omnivorous animals.
Now clear na? Omnivores, omnivorous animals. Carnivores, carnivorous animals. Herbivores, herbivorous animals. Clear? Second point.
They have different types of teeth that help them eat both animals and plants.
Okay, they have different types of teeth: incisors, canines, molars, premolars. In some they are sharp canines, in some they have flat incisors. Okay, they have different types of teeth. Now, Advait,
Yes, ma'am.
differentiate between the type of teeth present in herbivores, carnivores, and omnivores.
Ma'am, carnivores have sharp teeth
Yeah, sharp. What kind of
to
teeth?
tear the flesh.
Yes, sharp canines especially. Sharp and pointed canines to tear the flesh. Yes. What about herbivores?
Herbivores have flat teeth that are used to cut the grass,
Plants and a broad flat teeth at
grinding.
the back for grinding the plants. And what about omnivores?
Ma'am, omnivorous.
Omnivores.
Ma'am, they have
Yes, different types
they
of
have.
teeth because
Yes,
they
ma'am.
eat both. They can eat so that they can eat both plants and flesh of other animals. Okay. Now, examples of omnivores are human beings, bear, rat, etc. Right? Now, scavengers. Yes. Arohi Aryan. Who is there? Yes, Aryan. Read.
Animals that eat flesh or dead animals are called scavengers.
Flesh of
They
dead
help
animals are called, yes, scavengers. Yes.
They help to keep the surroundings clean.
How do they help to keep the surroundings clean?
And because they eat the dead animals.
Yes, they eat the debris or the leftover or the dead bodies. Huh? In that way, they keep our surroundings clean. Or otherwise, what would have happened? If any animal had died, our earth would get overcrowded with dead bodies. Okay, especially in forest or the jungle area. Right? They clean that area. Good. Now, Examples of scavengers are jackal, hyena, vulture, etc. Yes, Ali Asghar. Read the definition of decomposers from here.
Animals that decompose dead plants and animals and derive their food from them are called decomposers.
Decomposer. And what did you understand from this? Explain.
Ma'am, the decomposed animals decompose the dead plants and animals and derive their food.
Have you ever seen a dead animal in your surrounding? Maybe a dog or a cat died of some
No, ma'am.
accident or died. Okay, after a few
No,
days
ma'am.
it happens, it starts stinking a lot. Okay, if any animal dies, maybe a mouse dies in our house, it starts stinking a lot. है ना, बहुत बास आती है उसमें से. Why
Yes,
does this
ma'am.
happen? Because bacteria and fungi starts acting on it. Okay, they start decomposing them. And after a few days, what happens? After a few days, the body gets decomposed, the flesh of that animal that get decomposed, and only the skeleton remains. Have you seen this?
Yes.
Sir? Yes, sir. This is the role of decomposers. What do decomposers do? They decompose the dead plants and animals both. Okay, and they just simplify or they break down the complex body of the animals or plants into simpler substances, and they can easily absorb their food from it. Okay, now Amber. Yes, Amber. So what is the difference between scavengers and decomposers, Amber?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. What is the difference between scavengers and decomposers? Differentiate between the two.
Ma'am, scavengers eat dead bodies of the dead bodies of animals.
Yeah, they eat the flesh. Yeah. And what are decomposers? They also feed on the dead animals and plants. So what is the difference between decomposers and scavengers? More policies are clear to you. Yes.
Ma'am, that only I was going to ask.
Yeah. Yes. See, scavengers are the animals that eat the flesh of dead animals. They eat the flesh of dead animals. Okay. Decomposers are the microorganisms generally. Okay. Or living organisms. There are certain mushrooms and worms also that decomposes. Okay. Decomposers are the living organisms that decompose. And what does this decomposition mean? They decompose means they break down the dead body of the plants and animals into simpler substances first. Okay, and they derive their nutrition from them. They don't directly eat them because they are very minute. They are generally microorganisms like bacteria and fungi. Clear? Okay, so that is both of them, both scavengers and decomposers clean our environment. Okay. Okay, in absence of scavengers and decomposers, our earth would get overburdened with dead bodies. Yes, Amber, is it clear now?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, now, see, here are some examples of decomposers like bacteria. This is bracket fungi. They generally live on tree trunks. Mushroom. Okay, they also grow on mostly fungi like bread mold, etc. They all grow on dead and decaying matter. Next, parasites. Anup Chauhan. Yes. Am I not getting unmuted? Arjun Sharma. Yes, Arjun. Arjun Sharma, are you there? Define parasites. Yes, Anuk Chauhan is unmuted. Yes, Anuk. Again. Ashish. Ashish.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. What are parasites? Read.
Animals that live on or inside the body of other organisms and obtain their food from them are called parasites.
Parasites. Now आप अपनी लैंग्वेज में समझाओ. What are parasites? आपको क्या समझ में आया पढ़ के?
एनिमल जो धरती के अंदर रहते हैं.
धरती. हम सब धरती के ऊपर रहते हैं.
हम अंदर
इनसाइड रहते हैं. धरती के अंदर रहते हैं तो वो पैरासाइट्स हो गए. कौन से एनिमल्स ऐसे हैं जो धरती के अंदर रहते हैं, बाहर नहीं आते कभी?
माउस.
बाहर नहीं आता कभी माउस.
फ्ली, लाउस, टिक.
लाउस क्या होता है? लाउस आपको क्या है? लीच क्या है? फ्ली क्या है? ये बेड बग्स, मस्कीटोज, ये धरती के अंदर होते हैं. नो.
Type of word.
No. Now listen carefully, huh? I'll ask someone else. Yes, Ayana. Ayana, parasites. Explain the meaning of parasites.
Ma'am, parasites are type of bugs which
Read the definition and explain. What does this mean? What does this sentence mean? Animals that live on or inside the body of other organisms. Have you ever heard about louse?
Yes, ma'am, once
What
in my
is louse in
class maybe.
What is louse in Hindi?
Ma'am, I don't know its name.
In Hindi you
Ma'am,
don't.
I don't know its name in Hindi.
Okay, louse means जुए जो सिर में पड़ती है. Okay, they live in on
Yes,
our
ma'am.
head, scalp. They suck our blood. Okay, that means they
Yes.
obtain their food from us. Okay, human beings. Okay, so, similarly there are certain bugs or mosquitoes that feed on human blood. They suck our blood. Leech has a sucker. It sucks the blood of the host. Okay, so parasites are the animals that live on the body of the host or in the body of the host, on or inside the body, okay, of other organism, and that other organism is known as host. Okay, fine. That other organism is known as host. If there is a tapeworm in my stomach, the tapeworm is parasite and I am the host because I am providing the tapeworm nutrition and it is living in my body. So I am the host and tapeworm is the parasite. Clear? If it is inside my body, it is endoparasite, and it is outside my body like juए or leech or flea. If it derives its food from the external, then it is ectoparasite. Okay? Yes. Bhavli. Examples of parasites. Bhavli. Yes, Bhavli, are you there? And examples of parasites. No answers? Yes. They are just in front of your eye. Bhavishya. Yes. Some examples of parasites that live outside the host body.
Leech, louse.
Yes. Flea.
Bugs.
See here. These are parasites that live outside our body. Louse, tick, flea, etc. Leech also. Leech sucks our blood. Okay. These are parasites that live in our body. They are tapeworm, blood fluke, amoeba, trichina worms, roundworms, hookworms. These are parasites that live inside the body of host. Okay? Clear?
Why?
Okay, now I'll start from down. Okay? Yes. Vansh.
Ma'am, what?
Yes. Differentiate between a carnivore and an omnivore.
Ma'am, the carnivorous animals are the animals that eat only the flesh of other animals. Example, lion. And the omnivorous are the animals that eat plants and animals both. Example, bear, bear and
Yes, human beings. Very good. Tanishq. Okay. Tanishq, what do you mean by a host? What do you mean by a host? Tanishq Paryani. Yes, Unnati. Yes, Unnati. What do you mean by a host? Again, what's going on this? Yes, Unnati, are you there? Are you listening? I asked you people so many times to keep your videos on. Yes. Adnan does not have a mic itself. Soumya Jindal. Yes. What do you mean by a host? Soumya.
A person.
Yeah.
It is a person on which parasite animals live.
Okay. Person
Inside
or an
a-
organism. It is not generally any organism. It may be. Even it may be a plant also. Okay. Organism on which
Okay.
parasites live. On or in the body of it. Okay. A parasite may live on or inside the body of that host. Okay.
Okay.
Fine. Now we'll move ahead with our chapter and just learn the examples of parasites that live outside the host body and parasites that live inside the host body. Like tapeworm, roundworm, and hookworm are endoparasites. They live inside our body. And flea, leech, louse, etc. They are ectoparasites. They live outside the host body. Okay. Now we'll come to our next topic, that is food chain. I think you must have learned about food chain in your lower standards. Okay, I'll just ask if anyone knows what does food chain mean. Unnati, Tanishq, not Sarmishta. Yes, Sarmishta. Yes, Sarmishta, are you there? Yes. Now, who is? Yes, Sarmishta. Can you hear me? Speak up. Yes. No answers. People. Yes. Suvir.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. What is the meaning of a food chain?
Ma'am, it's like the chain in which all the animals are there, and it is mentioned who kills the animal, and then the animal is killed by whom.
Yes. Means it is generally the chain by which we can see process of eating and being eaten by someone. For example, a grasshopper is eating grass and that grasshopper is being eaten by a frog, frog is then eaten by a snake, and snake is then eaten by a eagle. Okay, fine. So we know the ultimate source of energy on the earth is sun. We all know sun. Only plants can trap this sun's energy. Okay, only plants can trap this sun's energy because they have chlorophyll. So only green plants can trap this energy. Okay, so the ultimate source of energy on earth is sun, but sun's energy cannot be utilized directly by animals. Okay, only plants can use this energy. So animals get this energy from green plants directly or indirectly. Okay, how do they get this energy from green plants? Okay, how do they get this energy from green plants? Yes, Anay, Anuk, Ashish, Bhavli. Just I want some answer. Yes. Yes, Harjas.
Yes,
Harjas. Yes. How do plants utilize sun's energy? Fast. We are running out of time.
Ma'am, the plants utilize sun's energy for the process of photosynthesis.
Very good. They utilize sun's energy by the process of photosynthesis and they prepare their food. How does this energy of sun flow from plants to animals? Mahi. How does this energy flow from plants to animals? Mahi. People are not. Yes. Gaurav. Gaurav Patidar. Gaurav Patidar, are you there?
Ma'am.
Yes. How do this energy that plant has utilized flow from plants to animals? Yes, Gaurav. Speak up. How do animals that get this energy? It's so simple. Yes. Do you know the answer, Gaurav? Think.
No, ma'am.
It is so simple. How will they get this energy? Yes. Who is this? Nikhilesh Sharma. Nikhilesh Sharma. Who is this? N-O-P.
Ma'am, I am.
Yes. How do this energy travel from plants to animals? Do you know the answer? No?
Yes.
Okay. Pawan? Answer. Pawan Singh?
Yes, ma'am.
Answer. How do sun's energy that is trapped by plants flow to animals?
Chlorophyll.
No, but animals don't have chlorophyll. How will it flow to animals? Simply, plants are eaten by animals. In this way, energy from plants flows to animals. Okay, this particular animal will be eaten by some other animal. So in this way, energy flows from plants to producers to consumers. Okay, consumers may be first consumer, second consumer, third consumer. Okay, now I'll explain and we'll continue this tomorrow also. Food chain. Okay. Yes, Suvir, why are you laughing? The ultimate source of energy on earth is sun. Animals cannot utilize this energy. Okay. Only plants can utilize this energy. So animals get this energy from green plants, directly or indirectly. Some animals directly eat green plants and some eat the animals that eat green plants. Okay. For example, a grasshopper eats a green plant. A frog eats the grasshopper. The frog is eaten by a snake then, and the snake is eaten by an eagle. See, this is a chain. This chain of events or feeding relationship. One is eaten by other. Okay. This is food chain. So food chain can be defined as a series of organisms linked together by the process of eating and being eaten for food. Okay, I'll explain this again tomorrow, just showing you pictures of food chain.